Have you noticed like how many like errors there have been?
Course.
And I think it's because there's new talent coming into the game, which I think is a great thing. It's a great indicator that there's going to be some new content coming in, and I shouldn't have any hope because ever since Tap Battle, you know, I've just been let down constantly. But I do have hope that the next mode is going to be something that is going to kick this game in the pants.
At least a little bit higher in the notches, you know?
Yes.
Kick it up there a bit more.
Hike up those pants.
Exactly.
Hike them up to Steve Urkel status right there.
It really just, I mean, Tap Battle is cool. It has at least something now that it gives that's exclusive to it, accessories, I guess.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not something maybe after the... I don't even do all of the, Tap Battle stages as they're launched anymore. I just wait until they get all out, and then I just do everything in one go.
Yeah. Yeah, I play for the rewards.
My accessories.
Yep.
Yeah.
You play for the rewards. That is not a good mentality that we have, that we just play these modes just for the rewards. That is a means to its own ends, let's be honest to ourselves. Like, we're not going to be playing this game forever if the only reason is just to get rewards.
Pretty much. Not only that, but like people oftentimes come in and they're just gonna, like with Tap Battle, I've seen so many people just, what they do when they go into Tap Battle is they just hold down the button at the bottom. They go into normal mode, just, hit that continuously as it hits things on the screen.
Yeah,
so
that's what I do. I use all 5 fingers. That's what multi-touch is for, and I just do a little
strum.
Yeah, exactly. A little drum line, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, and the worst part is that it can get you S without you having to really bother with anything.
Yeah.
So
you don't even need to get S. You don't even need to get S.
You just you just need to exist and be at the end of the stage, and therefore you get rewarded. So
yeah, exactly. And you do the first map. You don't have to do anything. You just sit there, bop your head to the music, and at the end of it, you say, "I did it." You know,
it's like, wow, that was nice song there for a second until you realize about the 4th or 5th time it repeats, and you're just like, okay, this is getting a little weird.
And I'm muting it. Yeah. So I have faith. I have faith in the new mode. I think that they know now that they need to invest in some long-term interaction. It seems like a lot of the modes that they've been putting out in the QO, quality of life. Has all been more tailored to trying to get new users. Mm-hmm. But,
I have a feeling that that's because, they're branching up. They're trying to make sure that they have an interface for those who are coming into the game. You know, they did a big change where they were like, okay, well, you don't get this. Well, you still get Virion, but hey, here's a free Takumi. All of the previously 1-star only units that came from story are now 4 stars. It's just ease of use, much more accessible. I have a feeling that come Choose Your Legends 2, they're going to be dropping some big things that are just, big changes for longevity, hopefully, and just getting something more out there. Because they've worked on the front-end user face for people coming in, that I'm sure that they're working on something for people who have been playing this for a while, veterans and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to view the game through the eyes of a new player because we've been playing for so long, but you're completely right that these QOL updates are necessary. Like, I got my cousin actually playing for the first time in April, and he was just like, he did the tutorial, and it's like, what do I do now? Like, there's so much. Like, I'm just completely lost. I'm just like, just do the story. And like, okay, how do I get to the story? Like, it's daunting because there's just, we've been eating the content up slowly, but there is just so much content there to navigate through for a new player.
I mean, there's nearly 2 full books of like story to do. Yeah. There's characters you have no idea where they're from or how to get them, or
Yeah, for real. But like, I also think that the long term investment, the focus on the end game is important, because if there's no end game, there's no drive to keep playing. It's
and right now there's Arena and Arena Assault, and that's about it.
I would say arena isn't even endgame anymore because I don't. Arena is more of a pain for me. I used to love Arena. I used to record all my Arena runs. I used to be the guy who would stay up at reset just to get #1 and then show it to everybody and plaster it on every Discord I could find and say, "Look at me, I'm #1 in this game."
I did it
in tier 17.
Like I used to, right? I used to really enjoy getting to tier 20 and just being there, and I used to get it real easy, but like. Now it's just no drive, so I'm just like, meh.
Again, you slacking, Sages.
I'm like tier 16 now, and I just don't care.
Yeah, you could do it. Your team is like ridiculous. It's all armors, right? It's like
legendary. Right now, it's legendary Hector, Zelgius, Harden, and Jacob. Halloween Jacob's still my favorite.
Yeah, he is a beast. No matter how you build him, guard bow or offensive, brave bow, he just tears.
Yeah.
Through the competition.
It's just,
oh my god!
I just gave him Brave Bow and Bold Fighter, and now he just
bye bye.
Because you should be able to activate Ignis twice in a phase. That's just ridiculous. But he can do it because why not? I'm Jacob. Who cares?
Well, he deserves some love. I mean, his OG form is not the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't enjoy that anymore.
Yeah, not so good.
Yeah, at least he isn't in the 5-star pool anymore, thank the gods.
Yeah, for real. There were a lot of pity breakers. I kind of wish that Merrick was still in the 5-star pool. I wish, just because I wish he was like, there was like a 0.002 chance of pulling Merrick still at 5-star just for the memes.
Yeah.
At any color, you just get a Merrick. Who knows?
Oh god,
that's just me.
That?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for them to, that last anniversary. I was really disappointed in it because they didn't title it the Anniversary and bring out a banner that just features all these kinds of Annas.
Oh,
really
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. I got
missed opportunity.
You sound spiteful. Sages.
Like,
How could you? Where's my thief, Anna?
I'm just that internet critic who's just never satisfied. It's like, you missed it, guys.
Yeah. Never be
Those
satisfied.
50 orbs you gave us for free. I mean, that's great and all, but where's the banner where I could just waste it all on a bunch of Annas, huh?
Yeah.
Just for the pun.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
The joke now is, like, any mistake is, hey, where's my compensation orbs? Do you see that green? Do you see that green dot on his PNG?
That's compensation orbs. Right
now,
admittedly, though, I want to know, like, who didn't see the restart functionality, like glitching out with the double SP
telling you,
event?
new talent. There's new talent in that machine, man. I think it's good things. That's just a sign.
Anyone actually got. I don't think anyone actually lost any sort of job or anything over that. It's probably just something like where they're at IS and they're going, oh boy, that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah,
just kind of like, ooh. Well,
I have a feeling that the thing is doing very well. I mean, I know that the game is doing very well. I have a feeling that it's a very lax environment, but maybe that's just my own ideal.
Yeah. I mean, it's a mobile game. It's not like they're probably, like, foaming at the mouth. Unless, I mean, the one glitch they probably had to take seriously was, of course, the one that interfered with the banner and made it so no one could get the characters that they were going for.
Oh, yeah. That deals with money. And
that one they probably were like, oh, God.
Yeah, everyone tried to frame it like, oh, my God, free whatever. No, you didn't actually get a unit for free. I mean, you had to
No, you still spent your orbs. You still put in your time or money for that, but
well, I mean, their fault.
I think
they shouldn't have pulled on an X. Why would you pull on an X?
Yeah, I mean, if you were to pull up the summoning banner and you were to look at it and you were just like, oh, there's a gigantic X there.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't pull on that.
That's what I want.
All right,
I want that.
Do not go over this cliff. I think I'll just give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
Put into drive, press the gas, and go.
Yeah, for real.
It's just. I mean, I don't know, but that was probably one that they were like, oh my god.
Yeah, we messed up.
Thinking about that, I the legendary banners and all this fun stuff have, we've been getting them a lot more. Last time was, of course, Hector. I'm sure. How did you feel about Hector coming back not only as, himself again, but basically just, hey, I'm Hector. I have Armads. I'm an armored unit, and I have distant counter.
Yeah.
So,
you know what always does it for me is the nostalgia, the throwback factor of this game. When it nails it nails it right. And his animation, his attacking animation, it's 1-for-1. Fire Emblem 7 animation, it looks awesome. It
just
looks
throws down his axe and then, you know, basically
comes up, boom, right to the dome.
It's really good.
Yeah,
I mean, it really well.
Hits me right in the feels. And his art is the way he should have looked day one. You know,
yeah, his original art is kind of goofy looking when you look at it a bit more.
I'm not a fan of that artist,
but you know, I still find it interesting.
Never forgive and never forget what the artist who drew Ellie Wood. And that's
Rebecca.
Oh my God, her eyes are like reverse sunsets in the worst way.
Every time I see reverse sunsets,
look at them.
My goodness, this is welcome to our poetry slam, and we are just going to go over, you know, we're going to go over her eyes.
Yeah.
Damn it! Really?
Your eyes are like reverse sunsets. You know what? I think
and then
we're
everyone
through.
just starts snapping at this point. It's just like. God, I feel like we're in a movie in the 90s. We're the outcast kids. No one understands us.
Well, welcome to my world.
Snapping. Yeah. I mean,
I didn't pull on it.
The same could kind of be said for all this other stuff. Like, people always just kind of like, oh God, it's Hector again. But you know, I have a more important question right now. Where the hell are the colored bows?
Oh man,
we brought up this whole.
I think they realized that colored bows were a mistake.
Might be a bad idea.
Yeah, they were such a bad weapon. You're making them. They're more specialized, but you're also you're completely limiting what they're effective against.
Yeah, I mean, Lynn had somewhat good stats, and she could really buff it up. But
nobody's using her.
Never actually used her.
The one Lind I've seen in Arena was a meme legendary Lind, and it had all green skills, including geyser dance. That's the only time. Yeah, that's the only time I've seen her.
Glad someone used a limited unit for that one. That's good.
Right.
It's good meme. Delicious.
No, it didn't need to happen. I mean, one of the big draws of colorless is the fact that they don't have a triangle to deal with. I mean, besides the Raven tones, but that's. No, who's using Raven tones in 2018? Am I right, y'all? I'm probably gonna get flamed for that.
Get those refined.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the comments where people are like, he said something bad about Raven tones.
Yeah, like, I get that all the time. If I got so much crap for having Rex Caliber on my Inigo and not Raven tone. Just like little things, like guys, I like the animation of Rex Caliber. I'm sorry.
I just well, you know, it's not like Raven tomes are really used at all anymore. Either way, you know.
Thank God. They were a pain. They were a pain back in the day.
Yeah, back in the good old days before we had all these nonsensical things with Choose Your Legends, and then beyond that, dragons came into their own thing. And
Dragon Emblem. Oh my God, yeah. People got high on that dragon fog, if you know what I mean. They were drinking the dragon juice. They passed it around. Everyone took a sip of that dragon juice.
Okay, we're gonna need to reel this back in here before people start saying really bad things in the comments.
Oh yeah,
about
the
that.
dragon emblem. I'm gonna get flamed. Yeah, I love dragons, man. They're great, but they're just we were said at the beginning of the video. They're just so easy to fight against. They have no place on your defensive team unless you have more good mix of player and enemy phase units. But if they're all enemy phase, it's just like, here, kitty, come here, and then boom, you're dead.
Pretty much. I mean, it makes me wonder what's really going to happen with Choose Your Legends 2 with all of these characters. You know, I mean, how exactly is Hector going to be the exact same he's going to be? You know, the last 3 times he's shown up, where it's just. Is he gonna have like distant defense built into his distant counter now? So he just has like this amazing, ability going on. What is gonna happen?
I'm calling it. He's gonna be the colorless healer. He's gonna be the colorless staff user, and it's gonna be Armads. Yes. It's gonna be Armads, but it's gonna have like a ball on top of it, so you can use it as a staff. It's gonna have like a crystal
full
ball
heal no matter what.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It'll be such a troll. It's going to be some sort of troll move like that because we already have so many OP Hectors. I think.
How about when you use it on it, like, you know, since it's Armads, it gives the effect of Armads to that character, so they have like quick riposte or something built into it. So it's just like,
sweeps.
Snap.
Yeah, you're dead.
It makes me wonder, you know, there's one character in that banner that everyone, you know, it's due to Heroes that she even ended up there. Veronica, of all characters, ended up getting second place there.
Oh yeah.
On Choose Your Legends, and I'm
flabbergasted.
really wondering how that's gonna happen. What's gonna happen there, huh?
I mean, I hope they'll probably give her an all obvious. Well, you can never tell. IS always throws out like your expectations. You know?
I know.
They keep on. I always think
for good or for bad. Like,
yeah,
you know, every little cool little thing that we get a grand conquest or, you know, something just kind of shoehorned in a bit there. But yeah, it's
I have no idea what they're gonna do for her. I hope we just get the unit itself because she's a really cool designed unit. I think I mean that's why she won the thing. I'm feeling.
Yeah, that or people just really like to depress a little girl or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
We kind of had to take a bathroom break. I hope you guys don't
mind
a little bit of intermission there, just real quick. Probably
I swear
won't even
I
notice
washed
in the
my
actual
hands.
video.
Don't ask. I washed my hands. Yeah, why are you insinuating I didn't?
Well, you know, I expect things at times, and I expect a lot of, you know, actual human interaction here. So if you're actually going to touch people, I would prefer they don't get sick. So,
exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly. So of course I would wash my hands. Jeez. Anyways, no. Fire Emblem.
You know, Veronica, you know, her current setup, like it kind of reminds me. You know, she basically has what was Spectral Tome or whatever it is that you know, Halloween Henry had.
Yeah, I love that tome. By the way,
at least from what I remember, yeah, it's basically just panic. You know,
panic
out there.
Smoke, I love the panic smoke weapons, and I hope. I mean, I don't remember what she had, but if she had a panic smoke weapon,
if I recall, it was only on one target, though. I don't remember exactly, but it's been a while since I've looked at her because, you know, her skill subs kind of become a little bit antiquated.
Well, if it's one target, that blows, man. I mean, that's awful. Maybe with Wind Sweep you can make it work. I don't know.
You know, I would guess that if she was ever to come out as a unit, Veronica, normally, they'd probably be like, okay, well, you know, you just bam.
Everyone
Here you go.
Panic.
Actually, no, it's on all enemies within 2 spaces as well. So
it's like a chill.
I just
oh my god, that'd be sweet if it was like a chill, like the person with the whoever has the most visible buffs on them, they get panicked.
That would be amazing. That would be kind of cool, you know. But I would expect that maybe if she would ever come out, they would probably give her a actual refine to go along with it. But who knows anymore?
If it's anything like go ahead.
Well, outside of that, she doesn't have any passives or anything in the data, so I just don't know how they would handle her as a.
So you think it's going to be a whole new unit? You don't think they're just going to give that unit? I think people would probably be disappointed if they just made her
gave us Veronica.
For Choose Your Legends. I think that everyone would go short circuit.
Well, no, I you know, people just expect the normal Veronica before we get the Choose Your Legend Veronica, and like it's like I don't know about that one.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten Bruno. Come on, guys.
Yeah, Bruno had a really cool tome, if I recall correctly. It had built-in Vantage.
It was a cool looking tome too. It had like a really cool animation.
And then he just, you know, disappeared completely. Who knows where he went? Yeah, he's probably dead.
He's like, oh well, you know, I've done my part, and well, you haven't really done anything. It's like,
yeah, exactly. I don't really, you know. Then again, most of book 1 didn't really have much going on. It was just like, let's do these wacky adventures. Here's our villain of the day, and then
the comic with Xander and Veronica, where she goes, "We will kill you." That's an oldie, but that was such a funny one. We will kill you.
And then she just is like, "Get me on Xander's horse. I want to be on. Let me up. Let me. Can't reach.
Fetch me my booster seat."
it kind of makes me wonder, thinking about all these characters. Choose Your Legends, obviously, everyone keeps going, why should I wait for this? Well, they're going to be powerful, but they're always going to be in the, actual pool afterwards. That's
so
just usually how it works, unless IS decides, hey, now they're seasonals, and then we all die a terrible death. But chances are, they're going to be powerful. But then there's, incredibly strong units like the new Summer Tiki that just came out that's just like, oh, hey, I outpower everything you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, dragons have a player phase now. Dragons have a player phase. Very nice. But
and then it's like,
seasonal.
well, you could probably roll on that and you would be happy too. You
don't even merge her. She's straight out the gate. She's a killer.
Yeah, she can decimate people,
and
it's not even funny. And then we have characters that are like Carla, who just, in her game, she's not very strong, but in this one,
she's crazy.
God help us all.
But she's got too much stats and speed, in my opinion. She's a little, her stat line is too focused on speed.
I think that's a problem with just how speed is gated in the game
with Bold Fighter.
It's the only stat that doesn't really, outside of HP, that doesn't have a special weapon skill that can boost off of that outside of one character. So.
Yeah. Well, unless you're using a sweep or flashing blade or anything like that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have a special. I get what you mean.
She does have her sword.
Yeah,
she has her sword that gives her bonus damage. So
it's just, I just feel like I understand there's a lot of hype. I understand there's a lot of hype when a new character is announced. Like for Summer Tiki, she's super high on the tier list right now, and Carla. I don't think Carla is going to stay that high on the tier list. I think that her stat line is way too uneven. There's too much speed, and in this current meta, 50. If you put too much into speed, you got to be taking it from somewhere else, right? So she's taking it in her defenses and her HP stat, and she's just a sitting duck basically. But
yeah, pretty much, and it's kind of weird there. But I mean. It could. I mean, it reminds me a lot of how, like, if you were to compare, like, Ishtar when she came out, she has like Mjolnir, which is like, oh yeah, +6 speed during combat.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really need it, and then she just has the, a boost in her C skill that just gives her attack no matter what. I feel that's
nuts.
A little bit more even.
That's obviously. one. Well, she's the main deal breaker between her. Very similar units in terms of. The way you use them, they're just glass cannons, but the difference is that Ishtar has the range to...
Yeah.
You got a physical
really
unit.
Just kind of boost it, and, she gains her additional stats from other things, too. It's not all built into her stat pool, too.
Exactly. You don't have to have her you don't have to take away that much BST and pool it into her speed, because she does it in combat buffs. It's such a nice kid. A great unit.
I mean, she has it all just from the start. Doesn't need to worry about anything.
Exactly.
And then, it just... there were a lot of people who were like, Sages, you have an Eldigan, you should give him Dark Mistletoe and just, like, let him go crazy. And, a lot of people were asking me how good he is, and it's just like, he's like Ares, but worse.
Yeah.
I hate saying that, but that's just... I've got
one too. He's benched. I don't use him. His res is way too low for me. His speed is way too low for me.
That's the big problem there. Ares is built around his weapon. He's built around Dark Mistletoe to take advantage of it. He has the attack that can just back it up. He has speed that stops people from doubling him. He has defenses that are just, good enough for, dealing with anyone who might come in and hit him under, because a lot of people just use Vantage and Dark Mistletoe and I don't know, Bonfire or Draconic Aura.
Yeah, and let's not forget the Insta proc. That's
yeah. So, you can run that on Eldigan just the same, but I found that he gets doubled a lot more. He does not have the attack stat that would require a bit more. It requires a bit more oomph there. I find that Ares just does it a lot better, and that I find myself using my Ares over using Eldigan. I would prefer to use the Fury enhancement with Eldigan than actually use Dark Mistletoe on that.
Yeah, I just don't even use them. You know what? I pulled a Summer Lind, and she's on my Horse Emblem team. I'd rather use Summer Lind than than him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a sad fact, but everyone keeps asking me who's better, and it's just like, well, here's the question. Here's like a flow chart, you know? Do you have Ares? No? Okay, then you can use Eldigan, I guess. But yeah, that's Divine Do. Do you feel yourself... well, do you have Ares? Go right ahead and use him. He's a lot less investment.
You have experience with both, which is... A lot of people ask me advice on units that I've never used before, and I'm just like... You know, I could give you some advice, but for me... In this game, it's paper doesn't equate to practice. The builds you build in Fey Builder or whatever you use, you got to run them. You got to run them to know what you're talking about. Yeah. So I feel
you
like
have to use them
I have no
actually.
Yeah, I can only give advice on certain units that I've actually run and can speak from with experience. And the units that I have run, I give some advice that nobody believes, but they should, because. You know, you see some wacky, shacky things out there on the battlefield that you don't expect.
You never expect some units to just pop out of nowhere and just ruin your day.
Yeah, exactly. Wings of Mercy is a bitch. Am I right?
I gotta love Wings of Mercy and all this other nonsense that just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Worst case scenario guy. That's me.
I want to know who designed all of the like tactics drills around that kind of stuff, because they were pretty inventive.
I haven't done them yet. I haven't done that. I'm saving it for like a long bus ride or something, because I love puzzle games, and that I did the easy ones. I was like, you know, you can do those with your eyes closed.
Move, Anna, left like 3 spaces. Congratulations, you got 300 feathers.
Exactly. It was, and I'm waiting for like because that's content. That's really great content right there. I think that's. I mean, it just sucks that there's not much of it.
There's something to do, and it's new, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, it's Jet Black March, in which case you probably don't want to do it. But
I've heard things. I've heard things. Don't spoil
People
me.
lost their minds over that one. They just, they like, it's terrible. Mm-hmm. It's something else altogether.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to lose my mind over that. That sounds like a fun one. Yeah. I mean, God, I don't even want to think about it. Like, if they add any more Grandmaster ones, I'm just waiting. I mean, we have another banner coming up, and people are just stretching out any other expectations as much as they possibly can. Like, oh man, here's a question mark that slightly obscures what character might be in the next banner. Who do you think it is? It's like, Lord.
Wait, where was that?
Yep.
Where was that? What are you referencing there? I have no idea.
The iOS right now has, right now in the game there's 29, there's 29 out of 30 achievements. The next achievement is, of course, the next story chapter, which is not revealed yet. And on the iOS, you can see like a little bit of something because of how they put the achievements. Like, they put like a circle with a question mark in it, and like they overlaid that on top of the achievement.
A little bit of something.
Briefly obscuring it, like barely looking at it, and
every
chapter icon has a character from that banner, so everyone's like, what is it?
It's a little bit Anna, maybe. Who knows, Sages?
People just kind of freak out over that kind of stuff, and I just find it hilarious.
Yeah.
So much so that people still send me acrylics. Like, they still send me like the thing going, does this mean Levitane's coming? It's like, no!
Oh, yeah, the old,
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, that picture of the gotcha, or whatever those, I know what you're talking about, the stand-ups, yeah,
the acrylic little figures that they put out.
I want one of those.
I want one of those just so I can make my own little like actual realistic heroes maps and just like play around on that for joke. Joke. Be like, man, welcome to the new update, guys. Here's gotta move this figure over here. Oh no, Vantage activated, and then you just topple the whole thing and just walk away.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that where you're just like, oh, right, I did this map, and you're not even thinking about what the next character has, and you just run your unit in there, and they have Vantage, and you die?
Oh, all the time. All the time. It's the left fielders that break your arena runs. It's always the left fielders.
Yeah, like you're just like, oh man, I beat this one. Well, time to send in my unit to do the finishing blow because you're not thinking and just bloop, and then you're just like, son of a bitch.
Well, I usually play without my glasses because I try to look cool 24/7, and so 9s kind of look like 0s, so I get confused, you know.
Yeah, I know how that is.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just can't sit there going, God damn it!
I thought that was a 9.
Guess it wasn't.
Yeah.
Damn. And then you just kind of have to deal with it. But yeah, I mean, people just speculate wildly over a bunch of stuff, and we have another banner coming up in like a few days, and I don't know what's gonna happen.
I hope it's something. I don't know if I want it to be something good that I'm gonna pull on, or if I want it to be something bad, so I feel better about saving my orbs for Choose Your Legends. Because Choose Your Legends, the skills, if the skills are anything like the leap in skills we had with Choose Your Legends 1,
yeah,
it's going to be
a lot of
madhouse.
A lot of those skills, I mean, they were trendsetters. They were the things that set us apart for...
Swift Sparrow,
before
smokes,
we didn't have it in.
Steady breath. Oh my god. We're still talking. Those are still... The game. They're the game right now.
They're still this, you know,
a year later.
I still see Brave Lynn occasionally, you know. I still see, I even still see Brave Ike from time to time, but the more I see of anything, it's Steady Breath from Brave Ike. Yeah. So, you know.
I mean, it looks good. It looks good on everybody.
Yeah, it's the skill everyone wants.
People wear it well.
For Swift Sparrow and all this other fun stuff. Although, if I recall correctly, Swift Sparrow actually started with Katarina.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. No, like I said before, I started again with that Choose Your Legends banner. So when I saw Swift Sparrow, I was like, Brave Lynn.
Wow.
But anyways, yeah, we got the smokes. I don't remember what did Lancina have on her that was...
she had Gareth's Google, which was her weapon that like gave I think it was
whatever.
What is it? Drives?
Drives +3 to attack and speed, I think. Just to sword and lances and physical units. But and then we had Roy.
Yeah,
I mean they were just units. It's really the standouts. If we get another skill that's like a leap that the smokes and the breaths bring, we're gonna have a whole nother game. We're gonna have a whole nother game coming out. You know?
And I'm expecting it because that's just how it is. And you know, chances are they're also going to do what they did last time, where you're going to get a chance to summon for free one of them because. These are based off of you choosing it. You know, you're the one who voted for these characters, so I expect them to do the free thing again.
Yeah, I think
like
so
they
too.
Did last year.
Do you think they're going to null the old free giveaway? Because you can still, if you start the game, you can still get. You think you get 2
I
5
have no
stars?
idea, honestly. That's going to be an interesting thing to look out for when the next Choose Your Legends come, because I forget, do we still have the Burger King deal, or is that just done?
That was a monthly thing. There's a monthly giveaway. Not a giveaway, you have to pay for it, but it's like a monthly package. It's different every month. I usually plop my money down on it because it's worth it, you know.
Yeah, I mean I think this time it was like 6,000 feathers.
Yeah,
I forget.
I mean I'm all for more feathers, please. I got some merge projects here.
I'm just, I can't wait until they like bring out more characters. It's just like, here's Joshua with your, purchase of these orbs or something like that.
Do not tempt me with Joshua. I need Windsweep right now. I need some Windsweep in my life, and I foddered him. I foddered him off to units that don't even use Windsweep right now.
Why?
I don't know. And he's a great unit by himself. He has his base kit is deceptively good.
I know, right?
Yeah, you would not think that a user with a unit with 35 speed and Windsweep and even defenses and what was it, Glimmer would be good, but he is fantastic. He was a fantastic unit with a fantastic base kit. You don't have to do anything to him right at the gate. Amazing. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was amazing, and I hope that they bring out those units, because right now we seem to only get Masked Marth as reruns.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Masked 1,300 feathers is what I like to refer to her as.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like to, I like to think about that, but then I'm like, oh man, yay, Mass Mirth. Maybe I can, fodder her off or something. Then I realize she has no real skills.
No
it's
skills.
Just like, okay, yeah, that's
great.
That was back in the day when they thought, okay, well, the Tempest trial characters probably shouldn't be like this. So it's like, oh,
yeah. Well, we should stop putting Clive and Tobin as Tempest trial characters.
Yeah.
Can we
honestly, those characters there should just be included in the pool.
Yes.
I don't really.
Yes, they should.
I don't understand why it can't, be for them, because they aren't exactly trendsetters when it comes to, skills and things like that. So
yeah, I mean,
it doesn't hurt. Like, the funny thing about Mass Martha was like, yesterday I was like, oh, cool, I get to get Mass Martha again. Well, at least there's a free Aether. And then I was like, wait a second.
Nope. Sorry, sages. But yeah, the developer said the goal of their game is so that you could play with the characters that you love, And right now, I know a few people. I know a person on my Discord who loves Clive, and he can't use him because 1, he sucks, and 2, he can only merge him twice. So
yeah.
But obviously no unit sucks. They did a really good job of making it so you can play with any character you want and be successful.
If you put enough effort into it, then you're pretty. Yeah. You can take someone like Ray or something like that and make him amazing. Yeah. And probably not Odin, but
yeah, I was just about to make that joke. That's
poor Odin.
Yeah. That's my number one rule is my number one rule in my Discord is you cannot bash anyone's unit. All builds are viable except for Odin. He's bad. Everything else is free game.
Yeah, Odin is the best representation of how you really screw up stat allocation.
Yeah.
Everyone always goes, oh man, this unit has great BST, and it's like, well, that's cool, but did they get treated like Odin at this point? Because if they get treated like Odin, where it was like, what would really sound good on a mage? A bunch of HP, a bunch of speed, some really great defense and res, and no attack.
Yeah. And, if there were the right skills to support him, he would do amazing. Like, for instance, would be one way I would think would be a great way to run him, would be try Breath of Life. But the problem is that Breath of Life only works on initiation. So, like, you have a tank who can absorb everything and then heal his friends, like a beacon of health. But that's not how it works, unfortunately. That was my idea. And put, like, the Dancer's, the healing one, the Dancer's tome, or whatever it's called. The one that heals, the one that was on the Performing Arts. And that would be so sick, but the initiation only.
Yeah.
There's ways.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah. It's just like, oh.
Yep, nothing you can do.
Okay, then. I mean, it's just, I await the day when Owain shows up and, he hopefully, brings home what he needs to make.
And hopefully he has a third refine for Mistleton for you. Or Mistleton for it.
Oh, God. Good Lord. That's the funniest thing. Like, people, I was going to be using Odin as an example for that when it came to, like, comparing Ares and Eldigan, because it's, it's just a good, clear example of how BST doesn't really matter if your stats aren't allocated in the right spots,
Yeah.
Just,
yeah. I argue you can make it work, but I have yet. Sages, I'm always getting proven wrong in this game. Like, I make some assumptions, I make some calls, and then within minutes, somebody posts a build and shows me some footage, and I just get my foot in my mouth, That's it.
We're probably going to get like 1 billion Odin footage of, like, Odin running life and death and, like, getting 50 attack at plus 10 and all this fun stuff.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure it'll happen. Which, he does have a blade tome, so at least he has that going for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Hooray. I gave him a Blar Serpent tome. I killed a Morgan for it, but thank God I finally, after that experiment that I did with him, which was fun and all that, it got me, let me get Odin to 5 stars, level 40, and I got his quote and everything. Yeah. And after that, I was like, this was the worst experiment I've ever done.
Really?
And then
didn't work out for you? Damn. Who would have thought it?
I mean, he tanked a +7 Reinhardt, you know, and he killed the Reinhardt after that, but he couldn't do much after that, so it's just like, this is not going well.
Yeah, no hope for our friends.
I just, you know, there's a lot of banners that just kind of have that disappointment factor, at least when it came down to earlier ones. Like, whenever someone complains about banners nowadays, where it's just like, oh, none of these characters like really powerful, and it's like, guys, do we need to remember like several banners ago where they were like, here's Lachesis?
Yeah. Do you want? Do you want this? Do you really want that? Not every banner has to break the bank. You know, here's some freaking units that you know we're adding some new units to the pool. I think they've done a good job balancing. Power creep happens, but let it happen at a natural pace, people. I mean, it's a necessary evil, but let's not get so upset when we don't have units that just break the game every single time. You know? Yeah,
I mean, and then you know, on the opposite side, like they've done a better job of not making units that are just like downright, you know,
exactly. Yeah,
not terrible, but like they're gonna take a lot of investment once you get them.
Yeah, no, like, I know what you mean. Like ones that are just severe disappointments in the skills. Like we get like Canis. But that's a whole different ball game. But I cannot hear the end of. Oh, they did him dirty. They did him. I asked him wrong. I'm like, well, I mean, he at least reflects his like mainline his stats in the main game. You know, he was a slow dark mage. I mean, that's what he did. I mean,
he just, you know, I don't think a tome's gonna fix him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But then again,
sorry guys.
You know, I mean, it also like. I remember when it was like, oh man, you know, the first Tellius banner was like, oh man, you know, here's crazy characters like, you know, Alencia, and then there's Oscar.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
you know, Oscar when he first came out was like, people were like, oh my god.
At least,
and then
you know who's going to get demoted. At least, I like it when you can know who's going to be demoted. You know, and Oscar was I mean, if you merge a lot of these characters that come out and they look pretty crappy on paper. They don't really shine until you +10 merge them. And once you +10 merge them, they stand toe-to-toe, even with other meta units that are +10 merged. It really takes that extra 4 points of stats to make them shine. Because, you know, the speed is a huge key.
And then summon support them, too. You know,
yeah, exactly. Things like that. You've got so many tools at your disposal. And...
nowadays, between seals, summon support, you know, merging, things like that, I feel like a lot of these units that end up like that, you know, always just kind of bounce back. But like when you first see Seth or something like that, and he's coming in with a ruby blade, and you're just like, oh no.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a +10 Seth with like Wu Dao and like? I've seen some +10 Seths with impressive like 41 speed and like mid-60s attack, like crazy stuff. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of the game. They really have done a very good job at making it so you can use, for the most part, your favorite characters, and if you put enough love into them, and everyone plays the game differently. That's amazing, you know.
Yep. Until you go into arena. I'm kidding. But good lord, just looking over all that.
Dual rallies.
Yeah, dual rallies everywhere. Everyone's just gonna huddle in a corner and rally at each other.
So rally
I'm just wondering what that's like, you know, like if you were really like on a battlefield where, you know, you're just like sitting over there, you just like you hear a bunch of screaming off in the distance, just them every 5 seconds screaming, "You can do it, yeah!" And then
it's a medieval pep rally. It's a high fantasy pep rally.
Oh god.
And everyone's invited.
I really wish I was not invited. I would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go now. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All it takes is you to sacrifice your New Year's Corrin, and you can be part of the party.
Oh God, New Year's Corrin, that poor boy.
I know, he got it rough.
I remember when that was revealed, and they waited like a month or two before he actually showed up, and was like, he's late for New Year's. Yeah, damn right he is.
It's so funny they actually played that into his character and his quotes. That was so funny.
And then, you know, oh, goodness gracious, I'm just... So I have to ask the question, what do you think that special banner is going to be? Like, we have another special banner coming out with special units, seasonal units in August, and I have no idea what it's going to be.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Are there's going to be something new entirely, or
is there something? Is there some holiday in Japan in August? It could be like performing arts banner that didn't really have anything tied to it, like seasonal. You know,
I have no idea. Like I can't really think of something unless there's something in Japan. Yeah, but I haven't really looked into it.
There's
like,
probably some weird holiday involving like I don't know, tomatoes or something.
Yeah,
more tomato tomes.
Great, then Leo, it's just going to feature only Leo.
Only Leo, only tomato. Tomato X.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't want to even think about it, but, you know, another seasonal banner, yippee.
For real. I don't mind. I like seasonal banners. They're cool.
I like them, but I can say that the summer banners kind of drag on a lot because it's just like, oh hey, new seasonals, and then like a week later, oh hey, new seasonals.
So many. Oh my god, so many. But I like the weapons. I like that they're usually Awakening and Fates characters, so I don't feel bad about foddering them. And I like that.
Okay, well, there's. You know, more controversial opinions.
All right. You can direct it all towards me, guys. It's all me. I'm making these bold statements here.
Well, okay. How do you feel about the fact that all of those weapons have desperation built into them?
Oh, it's awesome! Because you can run Brash Assault, man. You can do the Brash Assault combo. You don't need to take up that seal space.
And you can like put something in there, you know, different than that, or just yeah.
They're sick. I've already seen some killer builds. Oh my god. Yeah, I got a Lind and a Takumi, trying to get more Linds. I'm not stupid enough to pull on a shared banner. I just don't want to do that anymore. And especially on a seasonal, not going to happen.
That's the one problem that I have. Is just like, oh god, I like Takumi. You know, I like to get his weapon and use him because he's pretty powerful. But like he shares it with Lind. It's just. And
if you like either of them, you're kind of. You're in for a battle. Yeah, you're in for a lighter wallet because it is not worth it. It's not worth it. It's just wait on it. I know, and the sad part is the odds of getting them and merging them are just going to get worse. You know, with the legendary, they're going to be sharing two units are going to be, or 3 units are going to be sharing a color. So I just look at their weapons. And I'm happy with their weapons. I think they're fantastic. You can do a lot of cool stuff with them.
All that crazy stuff, yeah. I my favorite thing, though, is that I get a message sent to me by someone. They know who they are, and they were like, Sages, I got the new Takumi. I gave, that to, I forget which archer they had it on. But they're like, it gave them Vantage, and it isn't working. It isn't working with the weapon. The desperation effect isn't triggering when Vantage triggers, and it's like, did you read the description?
You might be a little confused.
It says you need to have. They saw that coming. They knew you weren't going to be able to do that. It requires both the HP trigger and you need to be initiating. So
yeah, that's kind of how desperation works.
Yeah.
I will admit I've had so many like dyslexic moments with this game. Like really,
yeah, definitely.
Like I made a whole entire iQueef episode. And those take me so long to record and edit. And I thought that Tannenboom did what the summer weapons do now, like the +2 to all stats on initiation. I read it for some reason for like months. I was reading it as she was, initiating in these buffs, not.
Oh yeah.
And so I put that in my description. And I'm like, oh, look at this. I put Swift Sparrow on her. So now she has Swift Sparrow 6. And everyone's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Choosy.
No.
Yeah. And I also shamed Tiki's Refine because I thought it was only procced by dragons, by her being next to dragons. I didn't realize that swords could have it too. And I run her with Marth. And it took me... I didn't know. I slept on it for like 3 weeks until I saw a Phoenix Master video where he went over it, and I was like, "Wait a second! I just had someone. I need someone to read it to me, Sages. I need.
Yeah, I know. I know. Like, the thing is, like, I have the same sort of situation where, like, sometimes I'll read something and I'm like, okay, so this is less than or equal to, and then I realize later on that I switched them, and I'm like,
yeah,
son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe I did that. And then, I've had things like that where it's been like, if foe initiates combat, and then the next weapon similar to that. To be fair, if I recall correctly, with those weapons there, the Christmas ones especially. Mm-hmm. I remember, I'm fairly sure, Lissa and Crom's weapons are based on if they initiate, if I recall correctly, or at least one of them has it initiating.
They're all the same. They're all
really.
Yep, every single one is the same. And I think they had different descriptions on it. Well, to our defenses, guys, everybody who's listening, the people who are writing these descriptions, are they even English? Like, is English their main language? I have a feel like they're worded so weirdly. It's so hard to understand.
I mean, there's some times where, okay, just to give you an example, right? For those who are listening, here's an example of just how weird some of the descriptions can be. Okay, take something like Heavy Blade. Okay. Heavy Blade, when you use it, I think it says, like, if I recall correctly, it's like +1 to a special charge or something like that. If their attack is over certain amounts and things like that. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's like if special charge +1 per attack, and you're like, oh, okay, that sounds weird. But then you go to something like Steady Breath, and it's like minus 1 charge. When
charge
when
and cooldown. It doesn't make any sense. What is cooldown? Aren't things heating up? I don't get it.
Why is it why is 1 +1 and 1 -1?
Yeah, it doesn't
when
make
they are both the exact same thing.
I know. It makes no sense. They need an English professor in there just to be like, or they need more space. It's all right if it takes a paragraph, as long as I can understand the thing. Give some examples. Maybe, like, I don't understand any of Ephraim's or Hector's weapon. I have no idea what's going on. Less or equal to 2. You know how long it took me to understand tactics? I have no idea what's going on. Please.
Yeah, and then you get to, the Ephraim weapons and things like that, where it's like, you need to have, +2 or equal than this. This character is just like,
about?
Okay, well, I didn't realize I had to take, I had to take some form of algebra to be able to understand this game, but I'm really starting to get to that point.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting to the point where, like, longest description right now that I can think of is the new Summer Tiki. If you just click on her weapon, it's like this huge paragraph.
So what is it? I still don't even know. Is it built-in Steady Breath, or is there a hitch to it? Is there some sort of hitch, or is it just Steady?
It's just Steady Breath. There's no hitch.
Okay, so why doesn't it just say this is Steady Breath? I don't.
It's Steady Breath just with one less defense, basically.
Okay, yeah, without the defense buff. It doesn't have the... but nobody...
It has +3 defense, it just doesn't have +4 or whatever,
okay.
I think. So well, wow. Like, yeah, okay, wow.
What a compromise, because we're all using breaths for their defensive boost. That's the reason why we use them, of course, right?
I know, not because of its special little feature there, where it just basically makes you do more.
I mean, that special
whatever. Charge.
I'm all about that +4 defense, Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just, but no, it's also that, and of course it has these, like when I saw that the first time, it was like, because when it was revealed, it didn't have the additional effect that every dragon weapon has, where it's like, if the attacker's using a ranged weapon, they take, whatever damage is weakest to, basically.
Yeah.
Weaker defense, they take defense damage. Weaker res, they take res damage, and it was like, okay, that's a cool feature. I think that's a good idea. There's nothing going on there, and then they reveal later on that they just forgot to add that into it. And I'm just like, good lord, she's a monster then.
Yeah, I know. It's. I thought they were doing some compromise with that. It's just, dragons. I really wish dragons didn't get that adaptive damage refined. I mean, I was rocking dragon. I was on team dragon. I had a Tiki. A young Tiki was part of my main team. I love dragons, but just the fact that they do adjacent magic damage, I think is amazing enough by itself. The adaptive damage is just like, it was so unnecessary. I feel like it still is, but IS can't go back. I mean, they can't go back. They can only buff. They cannot
Yeah, and I expect to see a lot more weapons like Tiki's that is just this massive wall of text that, you're just going to be looking at it and going, good lord, that's a lot of crap.
Yeah. Yep. For real.
I mean, we're entering the point where we have, of all things, heavy blade, drive heavy blade.
Yeah, infantry rush.
Like, okay, so
love it. That's really it seems like it is kind of an amazing skill, but it's hard to use. You really have to have the right team for it. And once you actually run it, I've been running it on my young Tiki because she doesn't have the best attack. She's more of a ball. She's got stats everywhere where she needs it. She's not, but so for my other units. And it's kind of difficult to run because you got to think about placement. It's cathartic and it's rewarding to run all the placement skills like spurs and guidance and whatnot. But it's difficult. It's more difficult than you think.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it's not something you. I put it on my dancer. I put it on my Axura because
that's a good idea.
Usually she's like partnered with an archer or something like that, so they could take advantage of that pretty well as long as they're boosted and things like that.
Yeah, because
it works out well there, but.
Well, since it's an archer, if it was a physical unit, you dance them and they're out of range because they're moving more than 2 spaces away to attack. Usually. Most of the time.
Usually, yeah.
But with an archer, you got to go.
Sometimes it's just, worth it just to move up a little bit and then, get them going. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. It's kind of like, okay, well, we're getting to the point where now we have drives that just give our abilities to other things. I can't wait until, we have some sort of defensive skill that just gives everyone steady breath and just like, you hunker down in one spot or something.
I think actually that's going to be on the next Choose Your Legend.
Something like that. Could you imagine that? That would just... Oh, God.
Well, it's going to be... Well, at least we have a skill that can counteract all that guard.
Yeah, guard. Yeah, yep. Guard is always there. It is always useful
there.
And something...
Make sure you use it.
Something people seem to forget.
Yeah, it is super useful. I hope they make I don't even mind if guard gets, power crept. They make a guard with... maybe a higher HP threshold, but it completely cancels out all specials.
Yeah,
that'd be so sick. Even bold fighter, even bold fighter, even steady breath, like anything. Like that'd be great. Maybe even cancels the proc in general. Like even if it's procced, it won't go off. But the threshold is like 85%. HP, like something very high. It's already 80, isn't it? It's already 80 or 70. I don't know.
I forget. Let me
maybe 100%. Maybe 100%. We'll make it 100%. You have to be at full HP, but specials don't go off at the beginning of combat. That would be great.
And you can stop certain units, like say, God, I'm just gonna have to talk about this again. Eldigan with Dark Mistletoe. I'm joking.
Yeah, right. He's quite the threat, everybody. Eldigan.
No, everyone has asked me about.
He has no weakness.
It's no weakness except for the fact that Eldigan's just weak in some regards.
Yeah, he is the definition of a pear. He has very oblong. I love Eldigan.
Let's see here.
I love Eldigan as a character.
At guard 3, it is 80%.
Yeah, that's a good payoff. A lot of people don't like to use it because that's kind of a high threshold. But I mean, you put that on a dragon with Aether or with steady breath and Aether, you're not going to have a problem. And you get a healer on your team, you get some reciprocal aid, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it works really well. I use it with, Sherish on going after things like Zelgius or... I mean, not Zelgius, like Harden and all that other stuff. Sometimes Zelgius, too.
Honestly. It goes against the triangle. The thing is, those specials are just bypass the triangle. They can go off of any... Ignis,
I mean...
There's no triangle with those things.
People ask why Black Luna is so busted. It's because it's just able to ignore not only the triangle, but ignores so much defense. Or if you're using something like Bonfire or Ignis, it just... It's straight damage. There's no...
See ya.
It's if you get hit by any of that, it's not good.
Yep.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, for real.
Most likely.
Oh, what about Drive Guard? There we go.
Oh my God!
Come on,
that would be a really good ability. Actually, that would be a fantastic one. Could you imagine that? That would absolutely obliterate a lot of Armor Emblem.
It would change the game.
Ways.
Change the game for real.
That would.
You gotta think like really how these skills would affect the game, because I was thinking about a lot of people, they ask for a way to reverse panic, like to like to actually take the debuffs that you get from panic and make them into buffs. But if you think in that, I mean, when you think about that, that would be fantastic because I'm so bad at avoiding panic. I am so bad at it. I am the worst. That's why I don't use visible buffs because I just cannot. I cannot seem to avoid it. But you think about that, then the game would be turned into like a volleying match of like reversing stats back and forth, forth. Like,
that would be the weirdest thing out there.
It wouldn't feel like Fire Emblem anymore at that point. So I'm okay with the panic. Anyways, yeah. So like I was saying, you got to think about the meta impact of these things. Things that seem small, but really can destroy the whole
Drive
thing.
Guard would be something that would really push that. I think would be pretty awesome.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah. I think that would be pretty
really
sick.
Push it. Would really push it a lot better than say some of the other things out there. But
more cooldowns. More cooldowns. Yeah. Things are really heating
Plus
up.
+1, -1. I don't know what's going on, but something's happening to the cooldowns, and
for real,
it is terrifying. Yeah. And speaking of Guard, when you look at Guard's description, it says it's like, oh yeah, special cooldown charge -1. Okay, cool. So, you know, what does that do?
I thought it was. Is it plus what?
I know, right? It's
oh
like
my
I don't
God.
know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. They gotta rewrite these things. Hire me. I'll translate the whole thing. Make it easy.
Just give me a general, consensus on what it is, and then I'll just like write it out in plain English.
It'll be really biased though. Like, Guard, you want to use this skill. Like that's my description. That's it.
Swiss Sparrow. Here's something everyone uses.
Yeah. You probably want this.
Steady breath. Why aren't you using this?
Are you serious? What are you doing?
That's just all it says.
Fodder this unit now.
We've also changed Brave Ike's title to Fodder Patrol. It's just like it's just like always there. It's gonna be foddered.
Yeah, for real.
You summon him and you're just like, awesome. Got steady breath. Bye, Ike.
Obstruct. Don't use this. Nothing.
Pass. What the heck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Why are you reading? You shouldn't even be reading this right now. If you're reading this, it's too late.
And when they release a seal that's just, pass, it's just going to be like, this is crap, don't use me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. I honestly, when it comes to seals, the most things I'm excited about outside of, things like Flashing Blade are, the combination stat seals, HP res, and then attack HP, or, defense HP and all that fun stuff. It's like, oh cool, these are actually a little bit more useful in some ways.
Yeah, they're great. A lot of people, they don't want to give up their A slot for those skills. They're great skills, the hard stats, especially the HP dual stat skills.
Yeah, they really, that's like 3 HP.
It's 4 HP and 2 to any stat, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's right,
6.
4, okay.
6 off the bat. Some people, for the boost skills, you have to do your stupid HP of 3 threshold to get that much stats. Right there, it's there all the time. But people don't want to give up the A slot. I understand that. So it's just they feel very nice.
Sense. It makes more sense in S.
Yeah, they feel very nice. But I recommend the HP. The fact that the sad part is that the best stat skills, the HP / attack and HP plus speed, are locked to seasonal. Each locked to one. No. One is locked to Saber.
Yeah,
so you're never going to see that. And the other one is locked to some seasonal. I can't really remember, but the one that's speed is locked to Saber. Yeah. Or like Sakura or something. I don't know. It's someone like... Anyways, yeah.
I forgot all about Saber. Speaking of, we are on Saber Watch. He's not been in a banner since... God knows when. I think it's been about a year.
Yeah. Too bad.
I always like looking at that.
I like looking at him. He's one of my favorite characters. He's great, man. But
yeah,
I got one of them. I foddered off his dual stat skill to my Taochu just because I'm a Fey-tuber. You got to have the boutique. You got to have that nice boutique skill. People love that.
You gotta have something like that.
The boutique's on fleek.
I'm reminded of your video now.
Yeah,
just like, oh, cool. here's my tale too, and here's what I did to, murder this man with an eye patch.
Yeah, I get that all the time. How dare you? It's funny. I love it when people are so up on their characters.
People love their characters.
They play it up. They play it up.
I'm fine with them loving them. Yeah. So
they play it up.
It's
funny.
Just as long as you don't love them too much, like.
I just had to spit out my seltzer. I just had to spit out my water. As long as you don't love them too much.
Just don't love them to the point of stalking them or whatever. Just
or stalking me.
Lewd art or anything of that nature. Just kind of getting weird to me. But I'm kidding.
To each their own, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, if you love a character, you love a character.
You love them hard. Where's this going?
I don't know. I was just talking about how much I love Saber, and
I do love Saber.
God, that poor. I mean, I remember that he just forget. Doesn't he have an infantry ability? Wait, no, he has shield.
Yeah, he has shield pulse.
Yeah, that's right.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom one more time.
All right. Okay, one second.
Hold on.
Let me just mark this down. Sometimes I worry about how you phrase things, but anyways, all right, we are back, nerds. We were just talking about, well, you know what? Never mind about that.
Yeah, let's move on.
Some of the suggestions I've been getting when it comes to choose your legends, people are speculating what weapon type characters are going to be because not everyone's going to be there. Someone was like, what if it's Hector, but he's a dagger unit. He's an armored dagger unit, and he just throws small arm ads at everything.
Oh my god, that would make sense, honestly, because he was. Well, no, he would be. What did he use swords? I can't remember if he used swords or bows. I think he used swords when he upgraded. Yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he did. I mean, honestly, I don't expect him to be an axe unit again. The one unit I expected to be a sword unit, which was Celica. She ended up getting her sword as her evil version, so I don't know where that's going.
Yeah, no, I mean it's great. They just have callbacks. I was happy with Lynn getting a bow because she got her bow in her upgrade. I like the throwback. So they usually reference the game to a T.
Yeah.
The one time that I was disappointed, not with the weapon itself, but the fact that they had an opportunity to reference and they didn't do it, was with Four Blaze. They completely with Lelina. Lelina had a dragon effective weapon in her game, and now it's just a chill.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I mean, Four Blaze is still pretty powerful with how it works.
It's a great weapon. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But I just felt like I could always call it. I could always call it. But with that one, it kind of threw all the expectations out the window.
Speaking of weapons, now that I think about it, which characters do you want to actually get? I would hope not to get the Titania levels of refinement when it comes to new weapons.
I don't like triangular decked. Sorry. I like all-arounders. Specialized, specialized is fine. What characters do I... Sorry, keep going.
People got so mad at me when I was like, man, Titania got really bad, beat up by the refinement, and everyone's like, no, it's great, it's amazing, and it's just I mean, that's cool. I'm glad people are excited for it, but it's just...
It salvages her... Weapons. It salvages her attack, but it makes her... It makes it so she's... It salvages her attack, but at the same time, I wouldn't touch that. I don't...
Yeah. It falls apart a little bit there,
I'm not a fan of visible buffs in general, so I wouldn't use... There's two things I don't like. I don't like units that are too specialized, too min-maxed, and then also visible buffs, so I wouldn't run her like that.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's
she's got her niche. She's got her niche now.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I don't know. But when it comes to new weapons, actual characters, I'm honestly a little bit I don't know who could get it next. There's a lot of characters in the game that
refines
could really use it. But
well, it seems like they've neglected the entire Fates cast with refines, like the Hinatas, the Oboros. They're not getting anything. Selena's. I mean, I'm not a huge Fates guy, but it just seems like they don't even. All the refines have been with more classic, older characters. I haven't seen, or the main cast of Fates. I haven't seen any of the retainers of Birthright or anything like that get upgrades. So I'd like to see them just to get, because I think they deserve it in their own. You know, they've been pulling their own weight. There's people who run Hinata. There's people who run Oboro. They swear by them. You know.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I'm sure they'll get them, but
it just seems strange.
I mean, it seems like they're more focused on trying to get Fates and the Awakening characters and other banners more than actually trying to address them, I guess.
Well, they probably pull in big bucks, right? They probably pull in the big bucks for them.
I mean, you pull out a Camilla and people are going to summon for her,
yeah,
obviously.
for real.
I
mean, that was like me with Lynn's art in the summer banner. I'm not one of those looting guys. I'm not like the guy. Oh man, this unit is so hot. But that's some hot art. That is some good art.
Yeah, that's some good art. Honestly, all of the art there was really good.
Oh yeah, man.
So,
they've been doing a great job with upping the art.
We're not gonna get any Lloyd-like situations where he looks like a drug addict.
Yeah, that was really weird. Well, the same person who did Lloyd did Nephany, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I can say with honesty or with confidence that their fingers are very similar. If you look at Nephany's art, she also has some crazy fingers.
Which is
it's
kind of weird how that is, isn't it?
Fingers are hard to draw. They're hard to draw.
I mean, they did a lot of art, honestly, from my room.
Yeah, and it's crazy because Nephany has some of the best, godliest art in the game, and then Lloyd is like, what's going on here? Is this
over
like,
there? Just kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, what happened to you, man?
What happened there?
Yeah, what motel were you sleeping in? Like, really?
Where exactly did that come from?
Looks like he's got bed bugs. But yeah, the art, as far as weapon refines, I like that. You know what I would like to see for new weapon? I would like to see staffs get a third option for their refine with built-in.
Say that again. Sorry,
it's okay. I would like to get staffs with a third. I would like to have staffs have a third option. So
what would that
there's
be?
Razzle, Dazzle, and then built-in close counter.
Oh, of course.
That's what I would want. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have options, because there's only.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're looking at it.
Like, there's only something, just like, oh yeah, let's just, Oh God!
You are. It's shaking your head. I can see you shaking your head, and this going. No, please, God, no! Don't let this happen.
I mean, staff units are already the most powerful. Like, they are the most powerful unit in the game because they can just negate any counterattack. It's just ridiculous.
Just the fact that they're limited into what skills they can use, and just points to how broken they are. Like, IS is like being so careful that here's a new skill that grants all this into your attack boost. Everyone can use it except for staff users.
Staff units just always kind of end up where they always are.
Yeah, that's like, fine by me, but it's hard to get the workaround.
Could you imagine though, close counter on that? I would just be like, oh my God.
Well, at least you have at least you have some options. It's just like razzle dazzle every single time. It just gives a little bit more robustness to what you can do with your mage. Because a lot of people just put close counter on there.
I do have to ask the question, where exactly, if we were to, refine, because I see this thrown around a lot. Everyone's always like, what weapon lines need a refine gem weapons? I'm just like, okay, well, where can we go from there, from where it is right now, to make it, any more stronger than what it is?
Yeah.
Where do we turn that?
I had the idea of maybe, Reaver weapons. In other games, they turn around.
One of these days, we're gonna see. Yeah, one of these days, we're gonna see those in this game.
It would be so
triangle reverse.
So confusing. I hope they don't do that, because it would be like to see a sword unit and then be like, oh, I don't think they would do that, to be honest with you, because if
they did, I would feel that they would probably make the might on those weapons, much smaller. So it's not like
I just think
complete change around.
I think it would turn off casuals too much to have that dynamic that really you have to because you can get a flow of the battle just by looking at the field and the colors. That's why they made the colors like Pokemon, Pokemon triangle, so that everyone can understand it. If you have a mechanic that you can't see, that's confusing. I think what I think they would do is maybe make the weapon triangle less effective on those weapons. Maybe like make it like 5% effectiveness if someone's acting on you. You know.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, because gem weapons have been kind of relegated back there because you can't really get the stat refinements and things like that from it. So it's just kind of like, why use them?
Yeah, everything that hasn't gotten the stat refinement is old news. And it's kind of nice because it was a lot of tomes that I'm frankly sick of seeing, Raven tomes. I was just so done with seeing Raven tomes. And what was the other? Blade tomes, you know.
Blade tomes, of course.
Just kind of sick of seeing them.
I mean, blade tomes are still...
Oh, they're still
Blade
amazing.
tomes are still so grossly, you know, powerful when you have the right team that I still see them occasionally. But,
I use them. I have a blade tome user still. I mean, you gotta at least try one.
Like, you know, of all things, like Camilla, you know, the new Summer Camilla. I gave her a blade tome, but I actually enjoy her new weapon a lot more because it's just kind of cool.
It's
built-in
desperation. You know, that's all player
strong.
Yeah, player phased units love desperation. If you're gonna run it anyways, why not free up your B slot and put something nice in there? Who knows? Wrath with desperation and wrath, man.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. Not only that, but you can move that over and, like, for me, what I did is I put chill speed there just to make it exponentially harder for, like, the higher speed units on the opposing team. Yeah. And, you know, just desperation like crazy, without having to worry about a B slot. It works fantastically. Yeah. That and the fact, of course, that Camilla's weapon is named Juicy Wave because, you know...
It's great.
That was a good naming idea for her.
That big, Juicy Wave. But the thing is, it's a sweet looking weapon, but the problem is everyone that gets inherited that weapon, they're holding the glass like upside down. So it's like the glass is filled with like Jello or something because there's nothing coming out.
Like Camilla's holding it in such a way that it's obvious that she's holding the glass. But everyone else, I think Ishtar though, if you give it to her, she makes
I've
it float like she's
some
sort of magician.
Yeah, that's sweet. But like I saw who was running it? Somebody was running it on my rival Bromain stream last night. It was a May. Yeah, she was holding it like it's upside down. Like, I mean, that's just me.
May, are you okay?
Yeah.
May, that's not how it's worked.
Yeah,
it doesn't work this way, please.
Come back to us. Basically, yeah. So, what were we even talking about, Sages? Jesus.
Gem weapons. And,
that's right.
Those weapons that haven't been refined.
Refined.
I don't think blade tomes are probably not going to be touched anytime
Hopefully
soon,
not.
obviously,
they don't need to. I think you're good.
Same with Brave.
Yeah, Brave. Please, no. We're good. There's anything that's still meta. I guess Raven tomes. Honestly, because I love staff units, I don't want to see Raven tomes refined, but they could use a refine, in all honesty. Yeah,
and it could be a good way to counter the whole razzle-dazzle nonsense going on, too.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Because I ran into an Elise before that was just the most nightmarish thing ever in Arena.
You can't counter them. You can't counter them. You can kill them in one shot, but you cannot counter them.
No, I ran into one that had, like... She had a dancer with them, so basically she would dive in, do her attack, and since I'm guessing that one had like a speed refinement or probably got some what is it, goads from her other horse members there. Yeah. So she doubled a bunch, and then of course when I went to kill her, she also had Miracle on her, so it was just like, oh, good.
Well, that's all we get, Sages. That's the only special that us as staff users they give us. We have to run Miracle. Like,
yeah.
Thank God she can't run. Thank God she can't run Ignis. I mean, that's all I can.
Oh,
then we would have been.
I don't even want to think about that because,
oof.
It'd just be a disaster. Just like Riss with
Ignis.
Glacies or Iceberg or something, and just bringing down the thunder or whatever.
Yeah.
Else.
Oh my God. I can't wait.
Bam. All units dead.
What other refines? Oh, you know what weapon? Okay, they need a refine with a built-in boost weapon.
Yeah, I mean,
boosts suck.
Why not?
But I don't like. But they don't suck in concept. It's just the fact that there's that 3 HP threshold.
Yeah,
that's terrible. That is so.
Yeah.
That's so hard to hit. That's and it's like they need to have a weapon that works like boost, but it's a one. It's just like a ploy. It's just like
they need to make it. I mean, the boost skills are something that I don't see people use very much.
No,
at all,
and there's a reason why, because it's a hard proc to hit for one. For two, it's great that you can use it in play or an enemy phase, but you use it once and it's not procking again. So what's the point?
Yeah, pretty much.
The only reason
I do this, why even bother?
Yeah, you might as well use a stance or a blow. Like you choose your choice here. Like otherwise you're gonna only use it once and that's it. I used it on my Lachesis because she doesn't take any damage with Razzle Dazzle, and she had a high HP proc. But that's like the only. Yeah. That's the only, and she can't use Death Blow because staff users can't use any blows.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, they can use Brazens, which is kind of funny.
What the hell? Oh, that's really good with Razzle Dazzle. Brazen, great, thank you.
Yeah. No, I'm just pointing that out. Yeah, like, if you have an Ares sitting around, might as well just pop that onto a stab unit and go all of the day.
Yeah.
Because you could be using Eldigan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just have to bring that joke all the way around. Anyways.
Sages.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Like,
Eldigan.
I'm trying to think of characters who, haven't... I mean, Henry, Odin, all these characters could use a weapon themselves.
Henry needs a refine. I think Henry... Oh, what would be great for Henry and Odin would be... Nosferatu for them.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that to show up. Like, where is that
It's
been?
a staple of the series. Why hasn't it been in the game? That's what I'm wondering, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my guess is just... the way I see it, like, I'm trying to think, like, okay, right now it seems like light spells are usually relegated to blue tomes.
Oh, I thought I was going to say, I thought all the light tomes become staff units, like Lucius.
Well, no, well, if you look at it, like Aura, Shine, and things like that, things that were typically light are blue. And I've noticed that most of the, I mean, technically we do have Dark Aura, which I guess, it's spooky, it's dark. I don't know if that technically would be dark magic, but most of the dark magic is...
It's spooky, it's dark, it's freaking pink. It's a pink cylinder.
I don't know, but it's supposed to be like the darker version of it.
It makes the background kind of dark, but the thing is still a pink cylinder nonetheless.
But like dark magic seems to be red tomes, and it's just like I'm not sure how.
Yeah,
I mean, it would fit for Henry because he's a red tome unit, but
I just think it would fit. It would fit their stat line more than anything. Like I was saying, Breath of Life would be great if it worked on enemy phase, and I think Nosferatu could be that. I think it could be a lot
annoying little thing that can just really make dealing with Henry or Odin just much more annoying.
Well, they need all they can get. They need all they can get. Let's be honest. But I think it would be like Absorb, but it would only affect the user. Absorb does like splash healing. I think it would just affect the user, and that's it. And that would be honestly, that would make them pretty meta.
Amazing. Yeah, I think it would be great, but it's weird that we haven't seen that yet, of all things.
Yeah.
Like, that's one tome that I've honestly expected a lot more out of.
Yeah.
But, well, I mean, that's in almost every game, I'd say.
It wasn't,
at least most of the recent ones.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. It was definitely in the GBA games, as I can remember. And I'm sure there were, like, I don't think it was called Nosferatu in the earlier games, but they had things like Nosferatu. They had, like, the Earth Sword or Earth Spell, which was, like, the same thing. I thought Nana, or Nana, whatever you want to call her, was going to have, like, an enhanced Absorb. I thought she was going to have, like, an Absorb with more might.
Well, I noticed that her staff is different, like...
it's got that ball.
Model-wise, it's kind of weird.
Maybe they were planning on it. They were planning on it.
I don't know. Maybe someday she'll actually get something like that. That's one thing I've noticed is that they don't touch staffs much outside of that. There's no legendary staff. There's just all of these staffs that are, weird.
And you know what? Well, I was going to be like, Nephene's staff in her artwork is not a slaying staff. Actually, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think the head is visible on her artwork of her spear. Her spear. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, her spear is the one that she actually ended up getting in the game.
Yeah, so maybe we're going to see an advanced Absorb for Nana. I think we
we might.
I think we just solved a mystery here, Scoops.
Technically, there's actually a lot of characters in the game right now that have weapons that they don't wield. Like, you know, Cherish has her Hell's Wrath or whatever whatever it's called.
Oh, she's definitely going to refine.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna get that eventually.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Perry has some sort of lance that I can't recall, and you know, Canis has his Lunatome. At least from what I can tell, it seems to be the Lunatome in his art. It's just that they don't have that. I'm guessing, you know, it's something that they can just bring out in updates. It'll, you know, I don't think it's intentional that they like the artist put this, you know, tome or this weapon in there. It's just something like where they're like, okay, well let's see what character we could build. Okay, let's look at their art. Okay, we'll base it on their art. You know?
Yeah, for real. That's definitely. It's probably a lot. I mean, it's a lot of coordination. It takes some months and months to draw these things. I'm sure. There's, you know, they don't say, oh, you know what, you got to redraw this because we're giving him an owl tome, like, or whatever they gave him. What did they give him? I don't remember.
Yeah, they gave him an owl tome.
Okay, well
and he just kind of worked with that, I guess.
So draw some owls if you can in the background. That'd be great.
put some wings on that tome. Thank you very much.
Make sure the owls are red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get that right? Okay, good. Ship it. It's done.
Yep.
It's over.
Let's do it. Yeah. Oh, you forgot the green dot. Make sure to have that one single green dot here.
That way we can beg for compensation a little bit later.
Please.
They still have not talked about that double SP glitch, by the way. It's
weird. No, they did. They did talk about it actually. They made an official statement, but it was in the Japanese
forums. Yeah,
the Japanese. I don't. Well, I just saw that it was an official statement that said we're looking into it, and you won't be banned for doing this.
It's not going to be back next weekend. I feel bad for the people who missed out on it, but
yeah.
Oh well.
There's other ways to do it. They give you.
Yep.
It's cool.
I mean, oh my goodness, we're almost at 2 hours now. Whew.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh boy.
Whenever you want, man. I'm waiting for you, man.
I think it may be time to call it a day on this one. Don't you have to go soon?
I'm having dinner with some friends in Chelsea. Oh. I don't know. It should be fun. They're in town. I gotta go soon. I suppose I'm not gonna cut it short. I'm talking to Sages. It feels like I've been talking to an old friend, man, because I've been watching your video for a while.
It's been a lot of fun. It's just I really enjoy this. Like, seriously.
All right, great.
I'm wondering what I'm going to what I'm going to title this. I'm going to be like, Sages talks crap about Chaz. Now,
you can do whatever you want, man.
But you know, this is just a friendly little like podcast thing. I do have an animation for this that I think will work, so I'm gonna use that. It might take forever to render, but it will work. But yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a fun one.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy it, but we'll probably be back to talk more. I think we can do more later on when we get more information on like new units and everything. We're just kind of in between stuff right now.
It's a slow week, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to you again, Sages. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for listening, by the way, guys. If you made it through the whole, nearly 2 hours, it won't be the full 2 hours. Of course, we have intermissions and breaks, but
I gotta pee sometimes. All right.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not a machine, people.
You have seltzer for a reason. I need to eat. I need food. So, yeah, but thanks for joining me so much, Chaz. By the way,
no
it's
problem.
Been a lot of fun.
No problem. Lovely
and.
Lovely to be here.
Lovely podcast we got here. I don't know.
How do you end these things, Sages? I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm just going to say see you for now, nerds, and thanks for watching. And go check out Chaz, too, by the way. His channel will be in the description.
Bye, guys.